lived in Connecticut before, Texas. Yeah, right. I lived in a small town. I don't need a fancy system. It's just outside Hartford, East Hartford. There wasn't any money either, was there? No, that's not. Wedding days. Oh, yeah. Somebody in the family has to. Elizabeth Park. Yes. You know, it's funny. You tend to forget some names and places and they've been gone like 10 years, you know. So, yes.
Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Please join us. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I think we have a number of people who are new to our synagogue who maybe have never been here before, perhaps may have never been to a Jewish worship service before. So here's just a few words about what we're doing and what's going to happen this morning. This morning is a regular Shabbat morning service. That's what Jews do. We get together on Saturday morning and we pray and we read from the Torah and we study about what it means. And that's what's going to be happening this morning. What makes this morning a little bit different for Gabriel and for his family is that Gabriel has done a lot of work to learn a lot of Hebrew, to learn a lot of prayers, to learn how to chant from the Torah and the Haftarah. And so Gabriel's going to be having a major role in leading worship this morning. That's what he's going to be doing. With David, with me, together, the three of us are going to be leading a lot of the worship today. And between the three of us, we're going to keep you all on the same page, make sure that everyone knows where we are and what we're doing. What we mostly want to do is to encourage all of you to have a worshipful experience this morning. You're here, you've got a prayer book. Let the week go. Think about being here and what it is that we've gathered for. Everyone should have a program which explains a little bit about what's happening. Everyone should also have a sheet of the Torah and Haftarah that Gabriel will be chanting for us. And everyone should also have a Siddur, a prayer book. If you don't have those three things, see one of the greeters at the front door to make sure that you get them. A few other words about what will be happening this morning. There will be a number of times during the service where we ask the congregation to rise for some of our more important prayers. If it's better for you to stay seated and it's harder for you to get up, you just stay seated, and that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about that at all. There will be responsive readings. There will be readings for you to participate in. You'll know what those are. Almost all of the Hebrew that we do is going to be transliterated into English letters in your prayer book, so you'll be able to follow along with that as well. And the way that you have of showing the most honor to Gabriel and what he has done in preparing for today is by participating in the service. And there will be a number of times for you to do that. One more thing, a couple more things. Many of you have readings this morning that you will be doing for the congregation. You know who you are. You've already been given your readings. when it comes time for your reading, if you will just stand up at your place, Gideon will bring you a microphone. Hold it very close so that it works, and that will be a great way for you to participate in the service as well. The only additional thing is to let you know that as this is a worship service, please at this time turn off your phones, your cameras, your anything digital that clicks or makes noise. Take all the pictures you want after the service, but for right now we're going to just focus on being right here. And because we really believe in the importance of coming together in community, turn around, find somebody you don't know, say hello, introduce yourself, and in just a moment we'll come back to start.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
We begin our worship in the middle of page 185. Please join responsively with me in the middle of page 185. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
That's an awful lot to ask of a synagogue, but we try. At the top of page 188, please say after me, these words are very, very simple. Hine ma tov.
Hine ma tov.
That means, behold how good, umanayim, and how pleasant it is when shevet achim, when brothers sit gam yachad, together, shevet achayot, when sisters sit gam yachad, together. Please join.
Hine ma tov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanayim, shevet achayot gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine שבת החיות גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחיות גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחיות גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, ידה דה ידה דה 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 דה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, ידה דה ידה דה 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 דה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחיות גם יחד.
We continue in the middle of page 190, where Gabriel will receive a talit from his mom and dad. A talit is a prayer shawl that a young Jew wears for the first time when he becomes a bar mitzvah or when she becomes a bat mitzvah.
Gabriel, this talit is from friends of ours in Israel, and you picked it out. It comes from an organization that is specifically for charity, that makes talit and other items for Jewish worship from the elderly community, and gives people a job.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher ishanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'titatei ha'tzitzi.
Amen. We continue on page 195 in the middle of the page, where Aunt Teresa and Aunt Judy will lead us in a blessing for our health and for our bodies.
Don't let me fall as a stone falls upon the hard ground, and don't let my hands become dry as the twigs of a tree when the wind beats down the last leaves. And when the storm raises dust from the earth with anger and howling, don't let me fall.
I have asked for so much, but as a blade of your grass in a distant wild field, let's drop a seed in the lap of the earth and dies away. Sow in me your living breath, and you sow a seed in the earth.
Baruch atah Adonai, rofei chol basar umafli la'asot. At the top of page 196, we continue with the blessing where we give thanks to God for breathing our soul into us. Again, very simple words. Elohai, that means my God. Neshama, the soul, shenatata bi,
Shenatata bi
that you have given to me. Tehorahi,
tehorahi.
it is a pure one.
Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi, tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi, tehorahi. Awake my soul. Awake my soul. Awake my soul. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi, tehorahi. my neshama shenatata bi. Tehorahi, Tehorahi.
We continue on page 198. It is such an honor to invite Gabriel to the Bima at this time to lead us in Nisim B'chol Yom. These are the blessings for our daily miracle that traditionally a Jew says every morning upon awakening. As Gabriel chants each one, the translation of what it says is right below it, and as a community we respond with Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lasech vivina lehavchin ben yom uvein laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokev kifufim.
Amen.
Page 200. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokah haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechim mitzadei gaver.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten laya'ev koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'avir shena me'enai utnuma me'afa pai.
Amen.
Page 202. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani ben chorin.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Otzer Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen.
We continue at the top of page 204. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. We seekers of God, how do we find you? In good deeds and in the study of Torah. In your search for us, you find us in the bending of the knee, in the rigor of study, in the honesty of commerce, through a good heart, through decency, in respect, true fellowship, companionship, and love, through truth and peace, in the no that is really no, and in the yes that is really yes. Baruch atah Adonai hamlamed Torah le'amo Yisrael. We continue on the top of page 206. Elu devarim she'ein lahem shi'or, she'adam ochel perotehem, ba'olam hazeh, v'hakeren kayemet lo la'olam haba, ve'elu hein, kibud ava'im, ugmilut chasadim, v'hashkamat beit hamidrash, shacharit v'arvit, v'hachnasat orchim, uvikur cholim, v'hachnasat kala uvayat hamet v'iyun tefila, v'hava'at shalom ben adam lachavero, v'talmud Torah keneged kulam. These are the things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all.
We continue on page 207, near the top of the page, where we will be led by Paul and Michelle Tech.
There are 8 degrees in the giving of tzedakah, each one higher than the one before. To give grudgingly, reluctantly, or with regret. To give less than one should, but with grace. To give what one should, but only after being asked. To give before one is asked.
To give without knowing who will receive it, although the recipient knows the identity of the giver. To give without making known one's identity. To give so that neither giver nor receiver knows the identity of the other. To help another to become self-supporting by means of a gift, a loan, or by finding employment for the one in need.
Please join me responsively in the Ashrei beginning on page 215. Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, odi halelucha selah.
Ashrei ha'am shekacha lo, Ashrei ha'am she'Adonai Eloha.
Tehillah leDavid, aromimcha Elohai hamelech, va'avarcha shimcha leolam va'ed.
B'chol yom avarchecha, v'ala shimcha leolam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai umhulal meod, v'legdulato ein cheker.
Dor ledor yishabach ma'asecha, u'gavurotecha yagidu.
Hadar kivod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha asicha.
Be'ezuz noratecha yomeru, u'gdulatecha asaprena.
Zeker rav tuvcha yabiyu, v'tzidkatcha yiranenu.
Chanun v'rachum Adonai, erech apayim u'gadol chased.
Tov Adonai l'kol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav.
Yoduch Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yevarchucha.
Page 216. Kivod malachutecha yomeru, ugvorotecha yidaberu.
Hodia livnei ha'adam givurotav, u'chavod hadar malchuto.
Malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemsheltecha bechol dor vador.
Someach Adonai lechol hanoflim, v'zokef lechol hakafufim.
Einecho alecha yisaberu, ve'ata noten lahem et ochlam be'ito.
Poteach et yadecha, u'masbir lechol chayratzon.
Sadik Adonai bechol derachav, yachasid bechol ma'asav.
Karov Adonai lechol korav, lechol asher yikra'uhu ve'emet.
Ritzon yire'av ya'aseh, ve'et shavotam yishma v'yoshiem.
Shomer Adonai et kol ohavav, ve'et kol harshayim yashmid.
Tehilat Adonai yedaber pi, vivarcha kol basar sham kocho le'olam va'ed.
V'anachnu nevarech ya, me'ata ve'ad olam. Hallelujah.
Please join responsively with me on page 225. What makes a fire burn is the space between the logs, a breathing space. Too much of a good thing, too many logs packed in too tight, can douse the flames almost as surely as a pail of water would.
So building fires requires attention to the spaces in between, as much as to the wood.
When we are able to build open spaces in the same way we have learned to pile on the logs, then we can come to see how it is fuel and the absence of fuel together that make the fire possible.
We only need to lay a log lightly from time to time. A fire grows simply because the space is there, with openings in which the flame that knows just how it wants to burn can find its way.
We continue at the top of page 224 with the Hatzi Kaddish, which moves us from the introductory part of our service to the Shema and its blessings, which declare God's unity. Yikadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach chirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'kayedecho Beit Yisrael. Bagala, uvizman kariv, veimeru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei Rabba mivarach, le'olam u'al me'omaya, yibarach. Yiparach v'yichtabach, v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal. Shemei dekudesha berechu le'elam min chol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damin ran be'alma v'meru.
Amen.
Please turn to page 226 and rise for the Baruch Hu. Et Adonai Hamivorach. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Leolam Vaed. We continue on page 228. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvorei choshech, osei shalom uvorei et hakol, hameir la'aretz, v'ladarim aleha v'rachamim, uvtuvo mechadesh bechol yom tamid, me'aseh v'reshit, marabu ma'asicha Adonai, kulam bechochma asita, mal'ah ha'aretz kinyanecha, Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shavach me'aseh yedecha, ve'al me'orei or sha'asita, ifarucha selah, or chadesh al tzion ta'ir, v'nitzke kulanu mehera le'oro, Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'me'orot. In the beginning, even then, a new light was sown for the righteous, a promise that your light would become the catalyst, first for order and then for hope. Author of language and light, help us to use words as you have, to cast light into dark waters and draw out justice and truth. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer hamarot. We continue on page 231. Once or twice in a lifetime, a man or woman may choose a radical leaving, having heard, Lech lecha, go forth. God disturbs us toward our destiny by hard events and by freedom's now urgent voice, which explode and confirm who we are. We don't like leaving, but God loves becoming. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael ba'ahava. Please join me in the Shema on page 232. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Please be seated and join me in the Ve'ahavta on page 234, first in Hebrew and then in English. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lavavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadivarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvleftecha v'derech, uvshokbecha uvikumecha, ukshartam leod al yodecha, v'hayu litotafot beineinecha, uvkavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha. Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeitiechem mi'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Together, you shall love Adonai, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Press them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments, and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai, your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai, your God.
Adonai Elohechem.
Emet.
At the top of page 235, we will be led by Gabriel's grandmother, Lois Jo Roots, and grandfather, Peter Vensven.
Top of page 235.
When justice burns within us like a flaming fire, when love evokes willing sacrifice from us.
When, to the last full measure of selfless devotion, we demonstrate our belief in the ultimate triumph of truth and righteousness, then your goodness enters our lives, and we can begin to change the world. And then you live in our hearts, and we, through righteousness, behold your presence.
Please join me responsively in the middle of page 239. The eternal truth is that you alone are God, and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war anymore.
You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor? Asked God.
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God and deserving of blessing. At the top of page 240, we join together with the Michamocha. The Michamocha says, "Thank you, God, for delivering us from slavery in Egypt, and please be with us as we continue to face our challenges and trials today."
שמחה שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמלכו ואמרו, keep the clapping coming, Adonai Yino Le'olam Va'ed, Adonai Yino Le'olam Va'ed. Zor Yisrael, Kuma Be'ezrat Yisrael, Uvdechenu Mecha Yehuda v'Yisrael, Go Aleinu Adonai Tzevaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah Adonai Gal Yisrael.
Page 243. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will.
Please rise and join me in the tefillah, the heart of our worship service, beginning on page 242. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Page 244. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Ve'Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'zocher Hastei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Gedula Livnei V'neihem, Liman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Otzer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'Tzrat Sarah. Page 246. Atagi bor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah le'hoshia, Morid hatah, Mechalchel chayim b'chesed, Mechaye hakol b'rachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umechayem emunato lishenei afar, Micha mocha bal givurot, Umido melach, Melech memit, Umechaye, Umatzmiach yeshua, Ne'eman atah l'chachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Page 248. Nikadesh et shimcha ba'olam, Kishem shemabdishim oto bishmei marom, Kakatuv al yad neviecha, Vikara ze'el ze'e v'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sivaot, Chol haaretz, Kivodo, Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Ma'adir, Shimcha b'chol haaretz, Baruch kivod Adonai mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu hu Malcheinu, hu Moshienu v'hu Yashmienu, v'rachamav le'enei chol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Sion, Lidor Vador, Hallelujah, Lidor Vador Nagid Golecha, Ul Nitzach Nitzachim Kedusha Chag Nakdish V'shit Chadcha Eloheinu Mipinu Lo Yamush Leolam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. We are on page 250. At the top of the page, we join together in Yismechu, all about the joy of Shabbat.
Yes. Yismechu. George, Shabbat has got me a little flustered. Shabbat needs a minute. There we go. Yismechu b'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshei shevi Shabbat. Kulam yisehu v'yitzangu mitvecha Shabbat. Yismechu b'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, oneg Shabbat. Ratzita bo v'kdashto Shabbat, Chemdan Yamim, Oto kerata Shabbat. Yismechu b'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, oneg Shabbat. Zecher lemase bereshit Shabbat. Zecher lemase bereshit Shabbat. Yismechu b'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, oneg Shabbat. Yismechu b'malechutecha, shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'koreh, oneg Shabbat.
We continue on page 253, where we will be led by Gabriel's brother, Gideon.
Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished? Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. on this day, Shabbat, abide.
Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. We're at the top of page 254. This morning we have been offering many prayers, and we will continue to offer many more prayers. Ritzeh on page 254 asks God to accept our prayers, knowing the intention that they're coming with. We're going to do the top 7 lines of Hebrew on the page and the bottom 4 lines.
Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu Ve'amecha Yisrael U'tefilatam be'ahava tikabeh U'tehileh ratzon Tamid avodat Yisrael Yisrael Amecha El karov lechol korav pnei alavadecha v'chonenu Shefach ruchacha V'techez einaynu V'shuvecha l'tzion B'rachamim Baruch atah Adonai Hamachazir Shechinato L'Tzion
Please join me in the middle of page 256 with our blessing for gratitude. We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one whose mercies never end, O compassionate one whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. For all these things, O sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shincha ulecha na'eh lehodot. We will be led on page 259 by Gabriel's grandmother, Kate Weaver, and great aunt, Karen Malloy.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes.
Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of our world. Plant virtue in every soul and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people with peace.
Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We continue at the top of page 258 by singing our prayer for peace.
I'm reminded that for peace to happen, we need you, and we need me, and all of us. And that's why this is a call and response. Oh, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uvaracha. Oh, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uvaracha. Yadadai. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da 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 da. Yada da yada da da da. Oh, sim 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 shalom sim 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 shalom sim 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 shalom tova.
We take a moment for our own private, personal prayer. When we come back to worship together as one community, we'll be at the bottom of page 260.
Shalom b'mroma, Uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael,
for the people Israel,
ve'al kol yoshvei tevel,
and for every living soul,
v'imru Amen. Ose shalom b'imromav Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru Amen.
We continue with our service for the reading of the Torah on page 363. 363. Our Torah is divided into portions, and a certain part of it is read each week. So the part that we're reading today is the same part that synagogues are reading all around the world. This morning, we're going to hear words of Torah brought to us from Gabriel. And the Torah scroll that we're going to be using is our Holocaust Survivors Scroll. It's about 250 years old. It's from Czechoslovakia, and it's a real blessing when we are able to hear words from it brought to the congregation. And in a little bit, after the chanting of the Torah, those of you who want will have an opportunity to come and look at it. For the passing of the Torah, I'd like to invite to the bima Lois Joe Roots, Heidi and Christopher Lane, and Gabriel Lane.
Happy is the one who finds wisdom, the one who gains understanding, for its value is greater than silver, its yield than fine gold. It is more precious than rubies, no treasure can match it. We continue at the top of page 364. Please rise.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, u'devar Adonai miYerushalayim. V'dor v'dor nagid gon lecha, V'dor v'dor we protect this chain. Generation to generation, V'dor v'dor these lips will praise your name.
Gabriel, you have 3 generations of your family standing with you as the Torah comes to you this morning. It comes to you with all of their hopes and dreams and wishes for you and your future. And they, along with all of us gathered here, are eager to hear your words of Torah and your interpretation of Torah this morning. Just touch it.
Door by door, these lips will praise your name.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it. We continue at the top of page 366.
Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael ve'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadol Adonai Iti Rabba Shemo Yachdav Lecha Adonai, Hagidura, Hagibura, Hagiberet, Hanen Zakahon, Yehovah Shamayim Uvaret, Yehovah Shamayim Uvaret, Adonai, Hamamacha, Shamina Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol hanshama, tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah, kol hanshama. Adonai Eloheinu Meishtachavu Lehar Kodsho Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Meishtachavu Lehar Kodsho Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Ki Kadosh Adonai Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavuu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavuu lehar kodsho. Shavit melech Yisrael, Chai Chai Nekayam. Shavit melech Yisrael, Chai Chai Nekayam. David Melech Israel, 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 Chai Chai Nekayam.
Please be seated.
My Torah portion is called Shlach Lecha, and it is found in the book of Numbers. In this portion, God sends scouts out into the Promised Land to bring back information to the people. When 10 of the scouts come back, they say it will be impossible to get the land back from the tribes who were living there. This causes the people to lose faith in God and their ability to enter the Promised Land. 2 of the scouts, Joshua and Caleb, told the people that they could get into the Promised Land with hard work and with God by their side. Even though they told the people this, no one wanted to listen. You may follow along on your handout as I chant from the Torah. The blessings before and after each aliyah may be found on page 368.
For the first aliyah to the Torah, I call forward Lois Jo Roots and Heidi Lane. Ta'amdu Chana v'Miriam bat Chana. What's your first word? I can't remember. 9 lines from the bottom. Okay. I got it. You got it? Yes. Where is it? Cool. There we go. Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Asher Bacher Banu Mikol Ha'amim. Natan Lanu Et Toratu.
Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen. Vayishlach otam Moshe latur et eretz Canaan, vayomer aleichem, aluzeh ba'negev alitem et hahar, uritem et haaretz mahi, ve'et ha'am hayoshev aleha, echazakhu harafeh hameat hu imrav, uma haaretz, asher hu yoshev ba, hatova hi imra'a, uma he'arim, asher hu yoshev bahena, habamachanim im b'mivzarim, uma haaretz, ashmina hi imraza, hayish ba'etz im ayin, va'it hazachtem ulekachtem mipri haaretz, v'hayamim yemei bikurei anavim.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayei olam natan v'shutafenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten
haTorah. Amen.
For the second Aliyah, I call forward Marcus Roots, Teresa Roots, and Judy Riccio. Ya'amod Mordechai Bat Chana. Go ahead and start. Baruch Hu Adonai Hamavarach, Baruch Adonai Hamavarach Le'olam Ba'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam,
Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayashuvu mitur haaretz miketz arbaim yom. Vayalchu vayavo el Moshe ve'el Aharon ve'el kol adat b'nei Yisrael el midbar paran kadesha. Vayashivu otam davar ve'et kol ha'eda vayarum et pri ha'aretz vayasapru lo vayomeru banu el ha'aretz asher shlachtanu v'gam savat chalav udevash hi v'zep piryah Efes ki az ha'am hayoshev ba'aretz v'hecharim v'tzurot gedolot me'od v'gam yelidei ha'anak re'inu sham Amalek yoshev be'eretz ha'negev v'hachiti v'haivusi v'hai-emori Yoshev Bahar, V'hakanaani Yoshev Ahayam, V'ad Yad V'al Yad Hayarden.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan v'shutafenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen.
For the third Aliyah to the Torah, I call forward Heidi Lane and Christopher Lane. Ya'amdu Miriam Bat Chana v'Ze'ev David ben Avraham v'Sarah.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mechol ha'amim v'natan lanu latorato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vatisa kol ha'eda vayitnu et kolam vayivku ha'am b'layla hahu vayilonu al Moshe v'al Aharon kol b'nei Yisrael vayomeru alehem kol ha'eda lumatnu be'eretz Mitzrayim o bamimbar hazeh lo yir lumat nu vilama Adonai meviotanu el haaretz hazot linpol bacheret nashenu v'tapenu yehiyu lavaz halo to lanu shuv Mitzrayma vayomeru ish el achiv nitna rosh v'nushuva Mitzrayma.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam natan koneinu. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. And for the fourth Aliyah, we call to the Torah Gabriel Lane as bar mitzvah. Ya'amod Gabriel ben Ze'ev David u'Miriam.
Baruchu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Shlach na la'avon ha'am hazeh kegodel chasdecha v'ka'asher nasata la'am hazeh mimitzrayim v'ad hena vayomer Adonai slachti kidvarecha ve'ulam chai ani V'yimalei kivod Adonai et kol haaretz ki kol ha'anashim haru'im et kivodi ve'et ototai asher asiti v'mitzrayim u'bamidbar v'yinasu oti zeh aser pe'amim v'lo sham'u bekoli im yir'u et haaretz asher nishbati avotam v'chol min ha'atzai lo yir'u ha v'avdicha lev eikev hayta ruach acheret imo v'yimalei acharai v'haviotiv el haaretz asher ba'ashama v'tzaru yorishena V'ha Amaleki v'ha Kanaani Yoshev v'emek machar penuzu lachem hamidbar derech yamsuf. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet V'chaye olam nata betochenu, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
So before we give you a Yasher Koach, I want to explain to the congregation something I forgot to tell you earlier. In your prayer books, you have all the Hebrew transliterated into English letters, but Gabriel doesn't. And not only that, in the Torah, there are all the consonants, but there are no vowels. So you learned a lot of Torah, you've learned a lot of prayers, and when someone does the Torah and brings the word to us, the words of the Torah to us in a way that's very inspirational, what we say is Yasher Koach, which means may you go forward in strength. So Gabriel, Yasher Koach. And before we close the Torah, I want to invite anybody who wants to, if you will, come up this side of the bima. We're going to roll out the Torah. You can take a look at it and just continue on so that everyone who wants can have a look. Please come on forward if you'd like.
I couldn't even keep up with him. He was going so fast. Gabriel. This is awesome.
How old is this again?
250 years old. It survived the Holocaust in Europe. It takes a lot to learn how to do that, doesn't it? I wanted you to be able to see what Gabriel did.
No, I meant like from where to where.
Well, he was in 4 different spots. There, and there. You guys are going to come back in a minute to dress the Torah. 1 year, a little bit less. Please take a look. Takes a lot to learn how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Parchment.
Yeah. And of course you got the
yeah, we try to keep our fingers
stick.
off.
That's what they used to, follow along on
the point where you are?
And then to, right, to point it out.
So our finger oil doesn't get on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really excited. You guys are that.
Can I call him your little buttercup? I will.
This is kind of incredible, huh?
It is.
And that's the yod,
really beautiful.
because we don't
It's
touch
really
it.
beautiful.
So he uses the yod to point and follow.
But you told me because I was about to abandon.
Make sure it stays kosher. There are only a few Sofrim in the world who are allowed to touch the Holocaust.
Oh, I see. That must be a story. Like,
please take a look.
I like food too much. Yeah, gosh, it's great. Yeah, it's really bold lettering. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really
It's something else.
It really is. It's such a light.
What you following along with all the Hebrew? Have you never seen it? I want you to do all that.
And it passes from family to family, like generation.
Thank you for participating.
Thank you for welcoming us so warmly.
Takes a lot to learn how to do
This is, I can't even imagine.
He started down here, he did some of there, some up there, some there, and some over there.
Is it oil? See all those dots and everything on there I was pointing at? They're not there. Those are all the
He
vowels.
studied Hebrew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are all the vowels.
I thought he had words like we had. I didn't realize he was
Specific.
250 years old. It was done in Czechoslovakia.
in Czechoslovakia. And it survived, obviously, but it was resting.
You know where they hide it during the...
And if you drop it,
There's a whole story. If you look at Westminster on the internet, you can see the story of the organization in London that saved them.
Okay.
250.
That's incredible.
Hey there. Nice to see you.
It's really beautiful. The dark letters are the ones that have been retouched.
Okay.
The more browns are the ones that are original and faded. But it's kept maintained every few years so that it remains kosher and intact.
What's the parchment?
Parchment, yeah, animal skin.
It is, okay.
When they would go around, people were only touching it with their books.
Some people touch it with their books, some people touch it with their this, some people just with their fingers. It's touching it and then bringing the words to your mouth, bringing the words of Torah to our mouth.
Right?
Good history.
It's actually got
I'm good. How
so
about
much
you?
stuff.
Welcome.
Can you eat?
It's just something people hold it up. We decided.
Come on. Let's keep coming.
Kind of incredible, huh? Yeah, that's cool. Could you imagine reading English, reading that much English with no vowel? No consonants. Sorry, no vowel.
This is
It's kind of incredible.
So where did he read?
So he read from different portions, but like he put like a paragraph from each kind of thing. Yeah, so a lot there. Yeah,
That's cool.
it's incredible because like Jewish people all over the world are reading this today.
Right.
Everybody, no matter whether you're Orthodox.
I don't know, Mom. Times I'm just having so much fun watching you and your dad clapping with each other. It's really nice. Lana, not long to go. You'll be here before you know it.
Oh yeah. Good to see you. Happy summer. Hey, Tom. Happy summer.
Come on. Let's keep going.
Take that.
That's okay. Congratulations, young man. Congratulations. Please.
Kind of incredible, huh? Somebody does this for a living.
Heck, it's not long. Not long. It'll be your turn, Philip.
He's looking at this to think like, ooh, which Torah do I want to use?
I was just thinking about that. If somebody asked me to read English without that,
You have to kind of memorize it. We don't ever stop. See how it's wider? It's wider.
Happy summer.
Thanks. You too.
It's just a distant memory. Was it years ago? Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually seen the Holocaust.
Please. Please.
Nicole, I can't wait to share. It's right here.
250 years. How are you? Good.
These are dear friends.
I'm so happy you're here. Let's get the boys. The boys? The boys?
This is 200.
Just the
Incredible. How are you? Holding it up would have been fast.
I'm so happy you're here. Good. Would the congregation please rise as we dress the Torah?
Torah asher samoshe livnei bnei Yisrael api Adonai b'yad Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah. Tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah. Tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe.
Please be seated.
This is Torah.
Right, so you want me out here now? Okay, it's all
My Haftarah portion comes from the book of Joshua. This goes well with my Torah portion because Joshua plays an important role in the story. Rahab, a woman who was living in the land, helped Joshua's 2 scouts when the king of Jericho wanted to capture them. You may follow along on your handout as I read the Haftarah. The blessings before and after may be found on page 372. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratzah v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah uv'Moshe avdo Uv-Yisrael amo, uv-Minvi'eh ha'emet v'tzedek. Someone told the king of Jericho that some Israelites had come that night to spy out the country. So he sent word to Rahab, "The men who have just arrived and are in your house have come to spy out the whole country. Bring them out." But instead, the woman had taken the 2 men and hidden them. So she answered, "Yes, indeed, the men did come to me, but I did not know where they were from. They left as it was getting dark, just before the city gates were closed. I don't know where they were going, but if you hurry after them, you can catch them." Actually, she had taken them up to the roof and hidden them under some stalks of flax she had arranged for herself. The pursuers went as far as the Jordan and as far as the fords, and as soon as they left the town, the gate was shut. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zor kol ha'olumim, sadik bechol hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber umkayem, shekol dera'av, emet v'tzedek, al haTorah ve'al havodah ve'al hamvi'im ve'al yom hashabat hazeh v'natal lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha lechavod ulitifaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachni modim lach umvarchim otach Yiparach Shimcha Beficho Chai Tamid Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
I'd like to invite the congregation to turn to page 376. At the top of the page, we will be led in a blessing for our community by Edie and Jerry Weinstein.
Source of all being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us: love of Torah, devotion and prayer, and support of the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service.
May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction, and may we appreciate their time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha v'yira la'navod.
We continue at the bottom of the same page, where we will be led in a blessing for our country by Gabriel's grandfather, David Lane, and great-uncle, Reverend Vincent Lane.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth.
May we never be lazy in the work of peace, and may we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance, and may they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit.
Amen. We continue at the bottom of page 377, where we will be led in a blessing for the state of Israel by Ruth Oppenheim.
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell therein. Amen.
Would you please turn back to page 374 and rise as we return the Torah to the ark?
Odo al eretz v'shamayim v'yarem keren le'amo tehila le'ol hasida livnei Yisrael am kirubo. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
When Torah entered the world, freedom entered it. The whole Torah exists only to establish peace.
Its highest teaching is love and kindness. What is hateful to you, do not do to any person.
That is the whole Torah. All the rest is commentary. Go and learn it. Those who study Torah are the true guardians of civilization.
Honoring one another, doing acts of kindness, and making peace, these are our highest duties. But the study of Torah is equal to them all, because it leads them all.
Let us learn in order to teach.
Let us learn in order to do.
למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה חדש ימינו ככלב.
Please be seated.
You just heard me chant from the Torah portion, Shlach Lecha. As I said before, it talks about how God sends scouts out to find the promised land. After these scouts come back, they tell the people that the land is everything they've been promised. Even though the lands were everything the people had hoped for, the scouts told them that they wouldn't be able to defeat the tribes that were already living in the land, even with God by their side. Instead of putting their faith in God and using willpower to defeat their enemies, the Israelites not only gave up on the promised land, but on God. To say the least, God was not happy. To punish the people, God made them wander in the desert for 40 years. This portion has many valuable lessons that allowed people to learn from mistakes. Even though these lessons were learned several thousand years ago, I can apply them to my daily life. One of my takeaways from this portion is that God is willing to stand by people while they endure hardships that usually lead to great victories. This support gives people the strength to take on anything. One good analogy to this would be baseball. When I'm practicing my hitting, pitching, fielding, etc., my dad is there coaching me along. Even though he gives me advice that benefits me in games, I can't sit back and expect him to play the game for me. I feel that this directly relates to my portion. This is not the only thing that reminds me of it. Over the past 6 months, I have worked on my Torah, Haftarah, prayers, and songs. Over this time, the rabbi and David have been working there with me on each step of the process. All the hard work I put into today's service would not have been possible without them. Even though they have provided so much for me, I could not just come up here and expect them to run my bar mitzvah for me. These connections to my daily life allowed me to see the lessons that were taught in the Torah are still truly valuable. Although I haven't mentioned it yet, there's another part of my bar mitzvah. On top of chanting Torah, I get to choose a project. Over the past couple of months, I've been thinking about the various things that I could do. This was one of the hardest parts of the process. There were so many possibilities that I could choose from that would be fun but also benefit my community. Finally, I came to a decision. As you know, I run a small lawn care business with 2 friends. We started it at the end of last summer to make some extra cash. We take equipment around neighborhoods and areas and knock on doors, although usually people say no. I realized that I could use this business for more than just some extra cash. My mom was the one who first gave me the idea last fall. She said, "Hey, you should set up a free service through the temple where you go and rake leaves for people in our community who can't do it themselves." At the time, it seemed like it wouldn't be possible with school and after-school activities filling up all my time. About a month ago, I remembered this idea. Now that summer is here, I plan to set up a way for elders in our community and local area to request their lawn to be cut for free so that they are not forced into paying expensive services to come and do the same job. While I'm up here talking about my lessons, takeaways, and project, I would like to wrap things up by thanking the people who made it possible for me to be up here today. Thank you, Rabbi Klein, for all the time and effort you spent with me to make sure my Torah was on track and ready to move on to the next section. Thank you to David, who worked on the blessings and prayers while staying patient, even though I messed up the same word over and over again. Thank you to Jody, who was the mastermind behind all of this, scheduling and rescheduling all the meetings I had. Thank you to all my religious school teachers over the years for all you have taught me and the fun times we had in class. Thank you to my parents, who were always supportive and ready to help or sit in on a meeting with Rabbi or David as I was learning Torah and prayers. Last but not least, thank you to my brother, who made an effort to be less annoying when I was practicing. And thank you all for coming out to celebrate with me today.
Gabriel. You're humble, gracious and compassionate, and always full of enthusiasm for life. And, may I add, composed. From the time you were born, your sense of social justice has been a natural state of being, so strong that I often worry that the whole world will disappoint you. But I shouldn't worry, because your optimism and cheery outlook has the potential to repair the world, as Judaism teaches. You're also a born leader. You were a born leader when you were in kindergarten, and you came home and told us that you were learning about Christmas and other holidays, that your teacher asked if anyone knew anything about Hanukkah. So you volunteered to bring a few menorahs in to teach the entire kindergarten how to light them. You've always been inclusive in ways that are beyond your years. Once, when we were in the airport in Newark, New Jersey, you saw an ultra-Orthodox man having his shoes shined, and you leaned over and whispered to me, "I think there may be some other Jews here. Do you think we should tell that man about Temple Habonim?" One of the most wonderful things about being a parent is learning, not teaching your children. learning from your children. I have already learned many things from you, and I expect that I will learn many more. One thing you've taught me is to slow down. When you were in 5th grade, you complained that the one thing you didn't like about school was that teachers in the 5th grade were always trying to tell you what you needed to know to go into the 6th grade. And you didn't understand why you had to rush to the 6th grade if you were only in the 5th grade. Your observation was an excellent one. Life shouldn't be rushed or pushed along. Every day we should try and stop and just be in the moment, be in 5th grade or 7th grade or whatever place you are. Today, I hope you are just in today. As a bar mitzvah, as a young man who can just enjoy getting to this day and not thinking about what comes next. You taught me the value of that moment, and I hope that you will cherish that lesson yourself.
Gabriel, you were born with your eyes wide open, literally. The nurses kept commenting on it as unusual. You were so actively trying to not miss anything from minute one. I didn't know any different. All right. So when we brought you home, and I walked up and down our short hallway from 2 to 4 in the morning while your mother was recuperating, and you gave me a $50 size ticky on my bicep trying to nurse, you were already thinking outside the box. When you were 4, you put together your own Santa Claus costume and had Uncle Paul sit on your lap to tell you what he wanted for Christmas. When you were going into 5th grade, you had heard there would be a new boy in your class also named Gabriel. Because you thought it would be hard to go to a new school and not know anyone, on the first day, you found the person you didn't recognize and introduced yourself. And Gabe and his family are here with us today. Many kids your age discover that they can earn some of their own money by raking leaves or mowing lawns for a neighbor or two. You got together with Gabe and Logan, formed LGG Lawn Services, canvassed multiple neighborhoods for clients, and had business cards made up. And on occasion, when your parents have been caught short on cash, you have granted loans on very generous terms. Gabriel, you have shown you have shown a pattern of curiosity, creativity, and empathy from the moment you entered the world. Today, I have watched you do something I can't do, and I couldn't teach you. I think that that is something that a father hopes for and dreads at the same time. So keep going. Celebrate your accomplishments and move on. Learn from your mistakes and move on. Define yourself not by what you receive in life, but what you give in life. And always keep going. My mother once said to me, and now I say to you, I don't want for you to be perfect. I want for you I want for you to be wonderful. Gabriel, you are. So keep going.
Well, there are a lot of people here today who have never been to a bar mitzvah before. That's what we do. We have this rite of passage. We get emotional. We cry. We laugh. In Yiddish, we call that kvelling. And that's what we do. It's good. These tears wash our soul, and they involve the community, and they let us be so proud of our young people in public. Gabriel, the Torah portion that you chanted so beautifully for us today has always been one of my favorite stories in the Torah. In this story, we learn a lot about the Israelites' experience as they wandered in the desert, and we also learn a lot about human nature. God had promised the Israelites a rich land where they could build safe homes and lead good lives. All they had to do was to receive this reward was to follow God's laws, to lead good, righteous lives and have faith in God. They needed to have faith in themselves, and they needed to believe that they were not alone, that God would be there for them, even through the hardest and the most difficult steps of the journey. As the Israelites came close to the promised land, Moses sent out the 12 scouts to see what was out there. They all saw that the land was rich and fertile, a place that could sustain them beautifully. But only two of them, Caleb and Joshua, believed that they were capable of entering the land. The rest of them were scared and said they could never make it. This story teaches us so much about human nature, about the feelings and the emotions that we all face as we deal with life. This story teaches us about fear. Every one of us has known fear in our lives, and every one of us will know fear again, because life has its scary moments. The Torah teaches us to confront our fears, to go in, check out the situation as we decide the best way to approach it. We can't always turn away from what frightens us. When we confront our fears, we then have a choice about what to do, and we're able to build faith. Faith in ourselves, and faith that God will be with us in our fear, that we won't be alone. This story also teaches us about self-image and self-confidence. The majority of the scouts returned saying, "The people in the land are very large. We look like grasshoppers to ourselves, so we must have looked like grasshoppers to them." The Torah is teaching us that how we see ourselves determines how others will see us. Most of the scouts had been so beaten down by years and years of slavery, they were unable to overcome their experiences in life and believe that they deserved a better life in the promised land. But two of them knew that they did. Joshua and Caleb knew that their own hard work, combined with their faith in God, would enable them to do anything, no matter the odds. They believed in themselves. This story also speaks about optimism. Joshua and Caleb saw the glass as being half full rather than half empty. They were willing to take a leap of faith and be hopeful. They overcame their fear, and they said, "Yes, we can." And as you taught us this morning, Gabriel, this story talks about leadership. And you, Gabriel, know a lot about leadership. Your peers oftentimes look to you as a leader. I see it here in our religious school, and I know it's true for you at school as well. So what goes into making a good leader? Well, first of all, Gabriel, you are tall. The fact that you tower over most of your classmates and many of us adults doesn't hurt. But seriously, Gabriel, your leadership skills run much deeper than your height. You have a positive attitude towards life challenges. You see the glass as being half full, and then you look for a way to fill the rest of it up. You don't shut down and give up. You lead with certain projects at school and on the playing field. You believe in yourself, and you believe in your ability to lead others. You're also a leader in your family, Gabriel. No one on your dad's side of the family has ever become a bar mitzvah. And no one on your mom's side of the family has either for a very long time. And here you are today, leading your family by taking on the learning required to become a bar mitzvah. You think it's pretty cool, the way that you're starting something new for your whole family. And I think it is too. And you are becoming a bar mitzvah today, Gabriel, with a very clear intention. You see this as a transition from childhood to young adulthood. You see this, and you describe it this way, as a moment when you will begin to take on additional responsibilities, helping out your family at home and your community here more as an adult. And you are discovering more and more that you have the internal strength and fortitude to deal with the challenges that life brings your way. Like challenges last year when 6th grade was pretty stressful. And through all of that, you found the internal strength to persevere and make it through. Something tells me that a lot of your fortitude comes from the teachings you have learned from your mom, from your dad. I think that God has a lot to do with it as well, and I think that's where a lot of your strength comes from too. Your Torah portion teaches us that all of this is easier when you're not alone, when you're being guided on your way, that God is there to lean upon in challenging times. Gabriel, mazel tov on all that you have accomplished over all this time leading to this very day. By everything that you've done to prepare for today, you have given a major blessing to yourself, to your family, to the whole congregation, to everyone who's here today. I invite each of you to offer your own private words of blessing to Gabriel as you come forward and receive your blessing at the Ark. Would the congregation please rise?
You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing.
We conclude our service with the Aleinu, our prayer to make the world a better place, and the Kaddish, our prayer to remember people who are no longer living. We continue in the middle of page 586. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'teik gidula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kiguye ha'aratzot, shelo samanu kimishbechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelchenu kahem, vigor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'nachnu korim, Umoshtacha-bim, umodim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Please be seated and join me on the top of page 591. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with joy, of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz bayom ha'hu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Page 596. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but if we dwell too long on our loss, we embitter our hearts and harm ourselves and those about us. The psalmist said that in his affliction he learned the law of God. And in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silent in their presence and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they are gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as, in their higher moments, they themselves wished to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. Page 598. As a community, we at Temple Habonim mourn the recent loss of life all across the globe to acts of senseless gun violence, to acts of terrorism, and to acts of natural disaster. As a community, we are very much with you and your family, Gabriel, as your hearts are so filled with joy and pride at the moment of this day. Your family is also thinking about relatives who are no longer here and unable to join today, particularly your great-grandmother Lois France, your grandfather Joachim Roots, your step-grandfather Peter Weaver, and your uncle James Lane. As a community, we at Temple Habonim mourn the recent death of Samuel Nelson, and we recall the yahrzeit of Melvin Gordon, father of Jeffrey Gordon. If there's anyone here with us today who is mourning a recent death, recalling someone in the first year of mourning, or recalling a yahrzeit, I invite you to stand up, tell us the name of the person you remember, who that person was to you, and then remain standing till we join you for Kaddish. Zecher Tzadik Livracha. The name of each person we recall brings blessing. We say their names, we tell their stories, we keep their spirits alive with us every day. Would you please rise? Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divra Chirute V'yamlich Malchute B'chaye Chon Uvyome Chon Uvchaye Dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala Uvizman Kariv V'imru Yehei Shemei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Ul'olmei Olmaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yit'aleh V'yithalal Shemei Dekudisha La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Oseh shalom bimromav Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all the Jewish people, to all of humanity everywhere across the world, as together we say, Amen. Please be seated.
Oseh shalom bimromav Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel.
In just a moment, Gabriel, our service is going to end, and so many people are going to be all around you offering you congratulations. The first person who has the honor of doing that today is our president of our congregation, Elaine Torf.
Hi, Gabriel. This is one of the fun things of being a part of the board. You did a pretty magnificent job today leading our congregation in worship today. You should be very proud of yourself. So mazel tov from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
I want you to take a minute, take a deep breath, listen to what your mother said, look out at this group here. There's a lot of family and friends who are here to support you, a lot of love out there, and you should just take that in, and you're going to forget a lot of what's happened today. Try to remember that if you can. On behalf of, actually, I was going to say something else. After the Kiddush and the Motzi, you're going to be, I am done, all set for today. But you know that's not true, right? So on behalf of the board, I have some gifts for you to remind you that this is the start of your adult Jewish life. So in that bag is a certificate of your bar mitzvah, in case you ever need proof that this happened. There's a gift certificate from the URJ and NIFTY for a trip during high school to Israel. There's a Siddur, a prayer book, and a tzedakah box, all to get you started along your way. So mazel tov, and enjoy your moment. You did a wonderful job.
Thanks.
Gabriel, I think you checked all the boxes. I double-checked. You did an amazing job with your Hebrew. You did an amazing job letting your heart out. I like to say that when your heart has no place else to go, it comes out your eyes, or sometimes out other people's eyes. You held us in this moment, and that's all we can ask for. So I learned something through you from your mom, to stay in the moment. Often I use this moment to push you forward and say, hey, you have a lot to accomplish out there in the world. Go be our champion. And I don't think I want to do that today. I want to talk to you about the power of words. I noticed in your Devar Torah 3 weeks ago, the first time I heard it, you didn't say, I have to do a project. You said, what did you say?
I get to do.
I get to do. And it made me think about the scouts going to Israel and how even if they didn't think that they looked like grasshoppers, even if they weren't sure, even if Caleb and Joshua weren't sure that they could do it, the power of words that creates the mindset. And so I wanted to thank you for teaching me this morning. And may you never stop teaching all of us. Page 645, Lechi Lach. Lechi Lach, to a land that I will show you. Lech Lecha, to a place you do not know. Lechi Lach, in your journey I will bless you. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechi Lach. Lechi Lach. And I shall make your name great. Lech Lecha. And all shall praise your name. Lechi Lach, to the place that I will show you. L'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, lechi lach. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechi lach.
I'd like to invite Gabriel's Hebrew class to come forward to help leading Kiddush and Motzi. And while they're on their way up, a few announcements to the congregation. The sheet of Torah, the program, are yours to keep as a remembrance of today if you would like them. If you do not want to keep them, that's fine. We'll make sure they get recycled. Please don't fold them and put them inside your prayer book, because if you do, in a few months, people who are here for Chelsea and for Bailey will be very confused. So on your way out, either keep these or hand them to the greeter at the same time that you hand your prayer books to the greeter. And I would also like to remind 6th and 7th graders to be sure and stay here, get your cards signed. To the microphone. Everyone, come on forward to the microphone.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Yeah, that's not grape juice. Again.
You never know.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
You can smell it. I'm just jealous.
You don't have to hold it. Someone else can do that, but you get to eat some if you want.
I haven't had any food today.